What's going on, guys? Fun with Knives back again. Got a really exciting unboxing video for you today because this knife is a gift. My coworker and friend decided to give me an early birthday present because I will be turning 21 in about a week or so. So really cool of him to give me a present at all, and especially an early present, and especially this knife. This was a knife I've been looking at for quite some time. Obviously, it's a Boker Plus knife. But it's got a whole lot of unique features. It's got some new materials, at least to me. This is my first Boker Plus folding knife. So I'm just really excited about it in general, and I've been really wanting it. I didn't realize that until I opened the box, when I was like, man, that was a mistake not to buy this knife sooner. So I'm glad I got it as a gift. So thanks again, and here we go. So, like most Boker Plus boxes, you have the black box, magnetic closure. Open that thing up, and here's the knife. The Boker Plus Wildcat. Karambit inspired. Definitely a cool looking blade. One of the most unique in my collection by far. And look at that blade shape. Just insanely aggressive, very unique, and just damn cool. So here come the specs, guys. 2.875 inch blade. Your handle length is 4.5 inches. Longer handle length with that ring there. And your overall length is 7.375 inches. Now, without seeing the knife, just hearing those specs, I would say, yeah, that sounds like a good size for EDC, but this knife does not look the part. It looks very tactical, very self-defense oriented, maybe even a little bit mall ninja-esque. But honestly, to me, it just looks cool, and I will be using this knife as an EDC knife. I think it's got a lot of features that will prove utilitarian regardless of how it just looks. Your blade thickness here is 0.13 inches, so fairly thick blade. And your handle thickness is a very chunky 0.63 inches. So this knife is thick in quite a few dimensions, but its weight is only 4.43 ounces. Now I say only because I do think there's a lot of capability behind that weight. If it was made with different materials, I think it would weigh a lot more. And I think there's a lot of cool factor here. And that kind of takes away from the weight sometimes. If your knife is really cool, you really love carrying it, sometimes the weight just really doesn't matter to you. Very unique blade shape here, very upswept. It's almost got a clip point thing going on here. I don't know if you classify it as a Tonto with a recurve, but either way, a sub 3-inch blade shouldn't be near this aggressive, and somehow Boker Plus pulled it off. Some things I've already noticed with this knife is that this opening hole here is chamfered off. It's nice and smooth, unlike a lot of Spydercos you're going to see. There is the designer mark. Not familiar with the designer. I will try to include that in my review in the upcoming weeks. Boker Plus logo there. Nice satin finish to the blade, the liners, the clip, the ring, and it really contrasts well with these black G10 scales. So overall, the blade shape probably best suited for your self-defense tasks, but with this point here, I think that's going to be great for opening boxes, and with this very pointy tip, I think this would be good at a variety of EDC tasks. Not all of them, of course, but I think this is going to be a functional blade shape rather than just a cool looking one. Now, deployment, this is riding on ball bearings and is incredibly smooth. This is not necessarily a super high-end production knife, but it's got the action of one. Now, you can open it with this opening hole here. I like to do it a little bit slower there. It's hard to flick it out, I've noticed, but you can do it, and then you can middle finger flick it as well. Now, a first for me is the blade steel in this model. This is D2 tool steel. And I know that steel is very hard, but it is prone to corrosion. But I'm excited to use it because I think it's going to hold an edge for a surprisingly long time. And I think it was a good choice for this model. So overall, the blade shape, I'm digging it already. The handle is some 3D contoured G10. Now, I think it's got some sort of bead blast finish to it because it's not very grippy. But holy crap, is this knife ergonomic, especially with the ring, which is kind of the big selling point of this knife because it kind of has a karambit inspired handle. Not necessarily the hawk bill blade shape, but the handle is very ergonomic. It comes with a deep carry pocket clip. It's not deep carry because of the ring, but it is a loop over design. It is reversible to the other side. It came for lefties, which is pretty odd, but I'll just swap it out. And the machining on this G10 just looks awesome. It feels great in the hand. There's all sorts of different ways to deploy this. When I was looking at this knife on GP Knives channel, they were talking about the thumb deployment. You can deploy this with all sorts of different fingers, and with the grips that the ring allows you to have, it's just crazy comfortable. And without using the ring, it's pretty comfortable as well. And you can, of course, hold it like this. Reverse grip is just awesome. Full metal liners here. Got an early lockup on your stainless steel liner lock. And they have been skeletonized a little bit, so I think that's where some of that weight savings coming in. Just very smooth action though. Blade is almost dead centered. It's just off just a tiny bit. But the tolerances seem just right. Open construction here too. So guys, as far as Boker Plus goes, I've been very impressed with their folders, with their fixed blades. I think they deserve a little bit more business from me, and they'll probably see it. And I'm really excited for my new birthday present, guys. This knife is just so different for me because a lot of my knives are going to have drop points. You know, they're going to be around this size, like the Knockout, and this just brings a whole new aspect of knife collecting and knife using to my collection that I'm excited to now own. So thanks guys for watching. Just my initial impressions here of the Boker Plus Wildcat. Keep on the lookout for the review in the upcoming weeks or months. And I definitely have a lot of knives to review. I'm going to try to pump out some videos. I know there's some that you've been waiting on. But thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to have fun with your knives.